Want to spot fake silver in seconds using magnets and a bit of science? In this video, I'll show you how to build an easy magnetic slide test using neodymium N52 magnets. These are some of the strongest magnets you can get, and they're an easy way to check if your silver coins, rounds, and bars are real. Stick around because we're going to slide some fake and real silver down the slide. Let's see if we can spot the fakes. Let's get into it. The magnetic slide test is one of the easiest ways for silver stackers to spot fake silver. Here's how it works. Silver is diamagnetic, meaning it's slightly repelled by a magnetic field. So when real silver touches strong neodymium magnets, it dramatically slows down, almost like it's gliding through invisible molasses. It's a slow, smooth slide. Fake silver, on the other hand, will either stick, shoot down, or move too fast or too slow. But watch out, metals like lead, molybdenum, and copper, in combination with other metals, can sometimes mimic silver's behavior. Now, I've got samples of all three, plus some fake silver. We're going to slide them down alongside real silver and see how each one reacts on the magnetic slide. Okay guys, here's the magnetic slide I built. Look guys, this is the bare bones version of the slide. I know it's ghetto, but I purposely built it like this to show you guys how easy it was to make. Now, here's what you're going to need to make this ghetto slide. You're going to need neodymium magnets. I have a link in the description for a 24 pack. My slide has 22 magnets lined up side by side. Now, when you line up 22 of these magnets, you're going to get a length of 8.5 inches long. Now, the width of these magnets are 2.25 inches wide, so 2.25 by 8.5. That's 22 magnets side by side. You'll also need a wood base. Mine is 2.5 inches wide by 9 inches in length, and also 2 thin wood strips for the rails. That way your coins and rounds won't slide off the slide. Also some sandpaper and wood glue. The sandpaper is just to sand the wood before you put the wood glue to attach the rails here. And also, if you want, this is optional, but I've got a thin piece of felt here, and later I'm going to attach it to the magnets here. It'll just add a layer of protection so you don't scratch your coins. I mean, honestly, you can get as fancy with this as you want. You can add a hinge here so that the slide will stand up on its own and with a leg. You can paint it. You can do a nice wood stain. I mean, whatever. But that's all you need to make this magnetic slide. Pretty easy. Okay, guys, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's test some silver. Some real and some fake. First, I have here a real 1 ounce 3/9 fine pure American silver eagle. We're going to slide this down that slide and see how it goes. Ready? Here we go. You see that slow glide? Now that's real silver. Let's do it again. It has a distinct slow glide. Now let's try a 1 ounce pure buffalo round. This is a pure silver buffalo round. You see that same slow roll, just like the American silver eagle. Now I have a 5 ounce bar. It's a little heavier than the 1 ouncer, but it still works. You can still see that slow glide. A little bit faster because it's heavier, but it still has that same slide. That's real silver. Now I even have a 10 ounce bar. This is super heavy, but you're going to see how it slides down. It still has that slow roll. Not as slow because it's much heavier, but you can still tell it's pure silver. See that? Anything else would have shot straight down, but a 10 ounce bar off this magnetic slide. Now let's slide the metals that are commonly used to fake silver. First, we have lead. I just have a lead sinker, a fishing sinker here. Super fast. It just shot right down. Next, we have this 1 ounce pure molybdenum bar. Let's see how this slides down the slide. Okay, way slower than the lead, but still way too fast. Much faster than pure silver, but much slower than the lead. Now, you guys have to check this out. I have a 1 ounce 3/9 fine pure copper round. Now, you're going to be surprised how this copper round goes down the slide. Almost just like silver. Very, very similar to silver. That's why a lot of counterfeits are silver plated with a copper core. And after we finish the slide test, I'll talk about what you need to do when you come across questionable silver like that. Okay, now for the real challenge. I've got some fake silver eagles and some fake Morgan dollars. Here I have a real silver eagle and a fake silver eagle. Let's see if the slide test can distinguish the two. Here's the first one. First American silver eagle. Okay, that one looks real. That one definitely looks like real silver coming down the slide. And here's the second silver eagle. Okay, yeah, definitely fake. It just stuck straight onto the slide. So there's definitely too much steel or nickel or something in this one. So this one is very easy to tell. Okay, right off the bat, the fake one stuck straight to the magnet. Now next, I have two Morgan dollars. One is fake, one is real. Now Morgan dollars are not pure silver, they're 90%. But they behave similarly to the pure silver off the slide. So let's try the first one. That went slow, but it looks different from pure silver. It kind of like stops and goes, stops and goes. There's the... Okay, let's try the second Morgan dollar. Okay, much smoother. Still a slow glide. A little bit faster than pure silver, which is expected because it's only 90%. But this one has a very smooth glide. Whereas the first one, yeah, this one is probably, this one's the fake. See how it kind of stops and goes, stops and goes. It's not very smooth. And that's the power of the slide. It gives you instant visual results. Okay, very important, guys. One caveat to this magnetic slide test. The slide test isn't perfect. Just like the copper round and the Morgan dollar we saw earlier, they both went down the slide very similarly to silver. So what do we do in these situations? It just tells you that the slide test should never be the only test you use to test and spot for fake silver. Always pair it with other tests. For example, there is the ping test. Now, the ping test is a sound test. Pure silver, especially sovereign coins like the American Silver Eagle and the Canadian Maple Leaves, have a very distinct sound and resonance when you ping it. Listen. Now that's because of the weight, the purity, the diameter, and the thickness of these coins. It makes that particular sound. Now, another thing you can do, and you should do, is weigh your silver. I've been using this digital scale for years. It's very accurate. 1 troy ounce of pure silver weighs 31.103 grams. The next thing you need to do is measure your coins and rounds. I have these plastic calipers. I prefer plastic over steel because these jaws here, they won't scratch your silver. But what you do with calipers is you measure the diameter and the thickness of your coins and rounds. The next thing you need to do is to get a better look of your coins and rounds, put it under a scope here. Check out the font size, the text, the spacing. And if you have the budget, you can go for one of those Sigma testers or XRF analyzers. Those are next level, but they're super expensive. We're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. So I have all the tools I personally use in the description, linked in the description. The same digital scale, the plastic calipers, and the scope. Now, check them out. You'll need these tools if you're serious about testing your silver. Okay guys, there you have it. A simple but powerful DIY hack for silver stackers to help spot fake silver, so we can have confidence in our stack. That's it for this video. Please subscribe for more silver stories and tips. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care and keep stacking.